Alright everybody, we are back with another lesson here. Today we are going to be identifying the difference between RPA, RPS and RPAS. Now I know that the lighting on RPA isn't too great. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if I can move this at all. So we just gotta deal with that. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. First, we're going to identify what RPA actually stands for. Do the same for RPS and RPAS. We're then going to identify what each individual section or thing is, and then how it relates to each other. Okay, so RPA stands for your remotely piloted aircraft. Remotely piloted aircraft, it is the drone. Okay, aircraft is the key there. Remotely piloted means this: the aircraft which is controlled, piloted, controlled away from the actual aircraft itself, remotely. That is what that means, and it literally just means the drone. As long as you remember that, you're always going to be good to go with the RPA. The next one is the RPS. The RPS stands for the remote pilot station. The station is the point at which you control the drone, okay? So the RPS is everything that controls the drone. For example, your most basic RPS is a remote control, okay? If you're flying a mission, that is your basic mission, you are using a remote control, that is your RPS, all right? It is a component that controls the drone. However, an RPS can get a lot bigger. Anything that is used for any sort of drone control is in the RPS. So if you're getting into your bigger missions where you're using a laptop to plan your flights, that's part of your RPS. Your laptop becomes part of your RPS. If you have a joystick on the side and your remote on the side, all three of those things are part of your RPS, all right? So that's what the RPS is. It stands for the remote pilot station, station being the key word. It is a ground point. It is a point, it is a station where you are sat or stood and control your drone via that point, okay? And it is, in this case, in your basic terms, it is the remote control. And there you have it. The next one is RPAS, okay? This is what trips people up. This is why this needs to be its own little individual video, because people see RPA, RPS, and RPAS. They're like, how does that make sense? This is how it makes sense. Your RPAS stands for Remote Pilot Aircraft System. It is not a station. It is a system. It is everything working together. What is a system? It is a set of components that work together to create a consequence or create a result, okay? And that's what the RPAS is. It is a system that creates a result. So the result is us flying the drone. How does that work? It takes the RPA, it takes the RPS, it combines the two, and you've got the RPAS, okay? So it is your system. That is the difference between the three. Now, if you're still confused about this, it looks like this. Okay? I don't know if you can see that too well, but this is me with a remote control, okay? What is this? This is PIC, which stands for Pilots in Command, but we'll cover abbreviations in another lesson. Right now, you just need to know that that is a separation, okay? PIC is its own entity from the RPAS. The RPAS is everything to do with the equipment. The PIC is when you're starting to introduce personnel, all right? But that is the PIC. But if we go into this here, okay, this is the RPS. It is the station. I should have actually made it black, but whatever, it works. The RPS is this here, the remote control. Okay. The RPA is then if we had a drone flying up here, okay? All of my students will all know that I am an artist by trade, so my drawings are spectacular, okay? This is my drone right there, and it is its own entity. Okay, so there is this, which is its own entity, the RPS. Then you've got the drone, which is its own entity, RPA. Okay, RPA. If you put the two together, that is where you get an RPAS. So now, this circle is the RPS. This circle is the RPA. This circle is the RPAS. And that's all it is. Okay, join us for the next lesson. This was just an introduction. There's still a lot more that's going to come up. The next lesson, I'm probably going to do abbreviations, things like PIC. We're going to cover these. We're also going to go into flight conditions and certain things like that. So stick around. Go ahead and subscribe. Leave a like and comment. If you're new to the channel, hello. If you're visiting students from the school, also hello and welcome back. Go ahead and leave comments, dudes. Please leave comments. Let's grow this channel. Yo, dudes, I'm just making this little end section here to let you know that the regulations have been changed, okay? There's not much change that has actually happened. There is a video on this. You can check it out. I'm sure in the description I've left the link there to that video about the regulation changes, where to find those changes, how to deal with this whole situation. But mostly what you need to know is that it's mostly just terminology changes, and the main thing, the biggest change, which has everybody in a row, is the fact that they've changed from an RPAS system to a UAS system. Okay, so what that means is that we no longer we no longer call these things your remotely piloted aircraft systems, or RPAS. We now call it the UAS, an unmanned aerial system. Okay, so that's the only difference, and of course that means that everything like an ROC, your remote operating certificate, will now be a UASOC. You understand the situation, okay? RLA is now a UASOA. It's a little bit of a mess, quite honestly, of a situation, but it is what has happened, and we can't deny that it has happened. So I can't just say, yeah, these are the RPA, RPS, that's correct. No, unfortunately, what I am saying now is now correct, okay? But the same thing still applies. You still got your RPA, you still got your RPS. It would just be your UA and your US now, or your UA. Yeah, it would have to be US instead of, because you can't say UAS. So it would be your UA, your US, and then your UAS. Okay, cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and sticking around and all of that. Check out all the other videos. I've got some very poppy edited, well edited videos, but mostly it's just this, kind of just getting the points across and having fun doing it. I hope you appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video.